Hello.
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 Hi there.
Hello, this is London Calling and welcome to the RadioTimes.com podcast. My name's Tim Glanfield and today, you may have guessed already, we're talking all things Eurovision. I am joined by Eurovision expert and may I say superfan, Thomas Ling.
Bonjour.
Tom to friends.
You call me whatever you want to.
Okay then. Well, let's go too far down that road. But and we've got less superfan but Eurovision expert.
Person.
Ciao, hi.
Eurovision person.
I'm a Eurovision person. I love Eurovision Part
Eurovisioner Flora Carr here with us, and we're talking about Eurovision, as you may have guessed. So the contest is almost upon us, Tom. I know that you have been spending months.
I have been,
sitting in a darkened room, listening to the entries, writing about the entrance.
And there's quite a few of them. 41.
41. Overall. So, and you've written an article about every one of them.
Every single
I believe,
one of them.
or you've been involved in those articles along with Flora and a few others on the team. So we have the semi-finals on Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock BBC 4. First one. And then the second semi-final on Thursday.
Correct.
And then it all leads up to the big one, the grand final, Saturday night. Graham Norton and all that. From 8 o'clock, we'll find out who is the 2019 Eurovision champion in a mere 3 hours, 40 minutes.
Good maths, Tim. Yeah. Good maths.
Nice.
Nothing to it. So that'll be another short evening. Of,
How many finalists are there in the final?
26.
26.
A mere 26 make it through. And of course, I have one of my patented quizzes later on around Eurovision this week. So might be some more on the numbers in Eurovision and other statistical fun. But before we get to that stage, Tom, let's talk about the UK, shall we? Because we've had an interesting relationship with Eurovision over the years. Once great champions, and it feels like in recent decades we are relegated to the footnote of history. 2019's our year,
yeah. Brutal. We haven't done too badly, considering.
We've done a lot worse since everyone could suddenly vote for the UK. I think it's 2004, that's when they brought in the kind of televoting, and then that's when the rest of Europe decided, well, actually, we don't really want to vote for the UK, and that's when we started doing badly.
I see.
Shame. So what's the UK entry this year?
It's Michael Royce. He's a 21-year-old singer who you probably knew from the first series of All Together Now.
Almost certainly.
The BBC One talent contest. He won that. He seems like quite a nice guy. Like he won £50,000 from winning that show, and he basically put it all towards his mum's waffle business.
That's nice.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and the crepe shack in his hometown.
Right, other shacks are available.
He seems like quite a nice guy, and he's been on the X Factor as well. He got through to the boot camp stage in 2014, as I'm sure we all know.
So the cameras aren't gonna scare him.
Well, actually, I watched the moment that he knew that he was going to be competing on behalf of the UK, and he actually fluffed his lines when he was named the UK winner. And you know that bit at the end of the entertainment contest where they redo the song, and he fluffed his lines. He had to restart, so I'm a bit anxious about how he'll fare.
That's a big moment for him, though. I think you got a lot of people.
So we'll be performing in the final of Eurovision.
Yeah, we've all been there.
So it's Michael Rice. What's he singing?
He's singing a song called "Bigger Than Us."
Right.
And it's quite a good song because although I really can't play any of that song at the moment,
for copyright reasons, you're going to explain to us in intimate detail how that song goes.
60% of it is the words "bigger than us," again and again and again.
Repetition's good in Eurovision,
and it's just a lot of chanting that.
I like a chant.
It's it's a good. I don't know, you call it it's not necessarily a ballad. It's quite a powerful track.
A power ballad.
A power.
It's quite earwormy. It's a bit cheesy.
It
sounds like a winning Eurovision entry.
It's not terrible. But it's not nothing really embarrassing either.
Right.
I mean, you were telling me this earlier. It was co-written by the Swedish entry, and you can definitely tell it's similar to the Swedish entry, but slightly worse.
Yeah, it sounds like the B-side to the Swedish entry, which is good.
And that might win.
It's
tips number 2, Swedish one.
Right, okay.
The UK one.
Well, that sounds like a fairly good effort then. B-side to the second place song. I think that the UK has had some very good songs over the years. So you say he's a nice guy. Do you think he's going to finish last?
He's not going to finish last, but definitely on the right-hand side of the table. At the moment, the bookies have tipped him for 21st place finish.
Out of 26.
Yeah, so not that great. But, now it's been 22 years since the UK hasn't won. I think it's probably going to be 23 years.
Right. Okay. And so why do we think this is happening? You mentioned earlier the way that the public vote now, but why do you think the UK hasn't had a winner since 1997?
Personally, I think we approach it sort of in recent years. We've been entering a lot of sort of quasi kind of famous groups or former sort of big singers like was it Engelbert Humperdinck? That was a
legendary.
And then Blue, the boy,
amazing.
the boy
2010
band.
entry. I went to the launch of that song actually in a cafe.
Oh, did you?
And it was like the basement of a cafe in 2010, and it was at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there was a champagne reception, which was nice.
Did it win that? Did it win? Did it give you the champagne because the song was that bad? Or
just reminded
I
me
feel
of the
like
golden
it all
age of
went
journalism.
downhill from there. From my memory, they did pretty badly.
Blue did pretty well.
So
Did they?
so what are you saying? You're saying because the people we're putting in are too famous,
My point
or
is,
not famous enough.
My point is, I think we at once take it too seriously, so sending in these big groups, but then we just kind of leave them and seem like to the rest of the world. It probably seems like we're just kind of sending them in there and assuming they're going to do well, and not actually sort of equipping them with anything fun or actually any catchy songs from my memory.
I don't know if people necessarily see us as arrogant. I just think our songs
I'd
necessarily
probably
aren't
say
that good.
Well, because it's all about the song, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
a song contest,
Definitely,
not
yeah.
a performing contest.
The UK doesn't have the kind of selection process that other countries do. So say Sweden has like their own sort of mini Eurovision internal selection process. And that's why their songs are really, really good, because tons of people are competing and they take it really, really seriously. And obviously that doesn't happen in the UK.
We don't do a song for Europe anymore. We used to do that.
We
We
do it, but it's
used to.
not to the same scale. Like this
Right.
is like, the biggest show in Sweden.
Do you remember when Scooch won?
I try not to, Flora.
They didn't win the Eurovision though, did they?
No, they didn't.
I mean, I remember a lot of people winning a song for Europe.
Oh.
I don't remember many people winning the Eurovision from the UK, which I guess is part of the problem here, isn't it? So we're looking out for Michael Rice. We won't know until much closer to the time what position he has, which is all important, of course, in Eurovision. You don't want to be too near the beginning. You don't want to be too near the end.
I think it's a sweet spot in the middle.
And you'll find out in the quiz later what that sweet spot is, because there is one position that's won more than any other. That's the one that you want.
Okay.
And
Bring it on.
You'll be guessing later what that is. And getting it wrong, I imagine, because it's really basically guess a number between 1 and 25. Okay, so that's the UK entry, and a little bit about why we think the UK aren't doing very well or haven't done very well, and we assume they're probably going to continue that trend. But Eurovision is not just about the UK by its very nature. Who else is in the running for this year's contest? Who are the acts that, as you've sat in your basement, Tom, alone in a darkened room, listening to these songs over and over again and obsessing over the acts? Who's stuck out for you?
Thanks for that, Tim. Well, for my very, it's quite plush basement.
A super basement.
Super basement.
It's got a swimming pool,
It's like
sauna.
the Batcave, but for Eurovision. I think the Batcave is that campy. It could probably be a Eurovision cave. So I think the number one act, which people are going to be focusing on, or the act that's favourite to win, is Duncan Lawrence from the Netherlands, who his song Arcade is tipped to win.
Can you describe that a little?
It is a power ballad. I can describe that one as a power ballad.
Is that how you're going to describe them all?
Yeah.
What's the song about?
It's quite a sad song. It's sort of about like finding love. Unfortunately, there was he describes it as getting over the death of a young love and then trying to sort of find love again. So it's quite a depressing song, but it is a very good one as well. It reminds me of do you know the band Foals?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those tracks. So
Okay.
I had it. I've got it written down in my notes. It's a real hand clapper. Not sure what I meant by that, but
Well, I think it's a song that makes you want to clap your hands. I'm guessing. He's been on The Voice, you say?
he has been on The Voice
In your-
on the
in your
not our
piece,
one,
not our one.
the Netherlands one. He got to the semi-finals in that.
Right.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good in that.
That's the original. That's where it comes from. the Netherlands.
It is, yes, yeah. All the facts here.
Yeah.
From my memory, in the music video, he's underwater, and I think we were saying that there seems to be quite a trend for that, for Eurovision music videos this year, having a lot of underwater shots. The one for Azerbaijan is just a man in cargo pants swimming about by himself.
But Lawrence has gone full naked in his music video.
Right.
We don't know how they're going to stage it on the actual Eurovision stage. I'm envisioning like just a paddling pool and him sort of squirming around in it.
I'm not sure they always recreate the video shot for shot on stage, but
They've actually released how he's going to do it, and it's just going to be him on a piano. No water, unfortunately.
No water.
not even a
No
waterfall.
nudity.
Not a waterfall on a
We've got
video
some,
wall
some
behind him.
graphics in the background. He's not completely mad, but I think it's going to cost him.
Okay, so he's your favourite, and the bookies say that he's the guy to look out
He's the
for.
guy.
That's where the smart money's going. Who else is going to be there?
I'm
there or
very
thereabouts?
excited to talk about this. The Icelandic entry is a band called Hatari. They describe themselves as an award-winning techno-BDSM trio. Hatari actually means haters in English.
Right.
And their song, the song title is in Icelandic, so I'm not going to try and say it, but it translates to "Hate will prevail."
Right. Interesting message.
Yeah, and they actually had retired, this band, but they came out just for Eurovision because they thought it would be a really good step to ending capitalism, which is their main goal. They've also challenged the Israeli Prime Minister to a match of Glima, which I'm sure you all know is Icelandic trouser wrestling.
What is trouser wrestling? Please.
I think it's wrestling, but you grab hold of people's trousers, as far as I can understand.
So is the aim to rip the trousers off?
I think you can use it as like a little a grip.
Just something else to hang on to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then someone could wear like cargo pants with loads of accessible pockets, and then some could wear skin-tight
Presumably
jeans.
there's rules about what trousers you
I mean,
can wear.
if you
Maybe
look
there's
up the
different
Glima
divisions.
rules,
You know,
Okay.
there's one division it's like the heavyweight and lightweight. The heavyweights wear jeans, lightweights wear cargo pants.
and you get speedos. That's the
That's a
That's the
top
top.
tier.
Yeah, that's almost just back to.
anyway.
wrestling.
So back to the trouser wrestling.
So what's the song? So it's techno and it's about hatred.
Hate
Yes,
will prevail.
hate will prevail. They've got some quite strange lyrics for it. So
Quite dark, I imagine. Quite
quite
dark.
dark.
Feel.
Some of the lyrics are "The hangover is endless, life is meaningless, the emptiness will get us all," and it then breaks into quite a rousing chorus of "Hate will prevail, Europe will crumble."
Interesting.
Wow.
I thought
Nice.
that Eurovision had a rule where they couldn't have any political lyrics.
I don't know if nihilism really counts as a political lyric.
No,
Okay.
I mean it reminds me a tiny bit of the Finnish entry Lordi back in the day who went on. They
2006
won
winners.
it, didn't they?
Yeah, I've actually met them in real life, and they licked, not only licked my ear, licked inside my ear.
But there is a rich history of a kind of sort of a dark novelty act. They looked inside your ear. Nice. So you just processed as you said it. Well, that's that. I'm sure that they will be a talking point for the evening. We've got 3 more here in your top 5. We've got France, Sweden, and Portugal. What can you tell me about those?
That's right, okay. Well, France, that's... do you want to pronounce this one, Flora?
I think it's pronounced Le Roi. So ROI.
That's the song name, and the act is Bilal Hassani.
Right.
And
What's that one
Le
about?
Roi means the king. And
Is it a power ballad?
it
Actually, it's a power ballad. It definitely is a power ballad.
It's an empowering power ballad. It's about diversity and the
Self-acceptance.
LGBT community.
Okay. Sounds like it might do well at Eurovision.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
so. Given last
Thematically.
year's winner,
Yeah.
His song about female empowerment, but in the video and the actual performance for this song, it will be Hassani sort of dancing about with backing dancers doing a jazz hands crown behind his head because the budget didn't stretch to a real life crown
Right.
for him.
I mean, if you can't win with jazz hands, what can you do?
Yeah,
You know?
jazz
Well-
hands power ballad.
And
Eurovision winner.
they're also a
for
famous
sure.
social media star as well. They've already got 850,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
So
Well,
if they get all them to turn out, they're probably still finish bottom.
as long as they're spread evenly across Europe and all willing to spend money on phone calls, they've got a chance.
It'll be fine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweden.
Sweden, yeah, we briefly mentioned...
Rich history in Sweden, of course.
Rich history in
One of-
Sweden.
Produced some of the great Eurovision winners.
I believe 7 wins. So 7 Eurovision wins, could be 6.
Don't think it's as many as that. I think Anyway, it's part of the quiz later, actually.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But you're close. You're close.
Okay.
They are one of the biggest winners.
Interesting.
They've produced some of the
Remember
greats.
that for later. Okay. So the Swedish entry is a guy called John Lundvik.
Looks like Lundvik to me.
Should probably have practiced this one. His song is "Too Late for Love," and basically
It's
it sounds
a banger.
Yeah, it is. It's a club banger. It's like the UK one, but good.
Better.
Right.
Better. Yes.
I mean, a rich history, isn't it? With the Swedes of coming out with a massive hit, a pop hit.
Did the
I mean-
they also did my favourite Eurovision entry of all time. I think it's 2012. Loreen, Euphoria.
Oh yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah,
I
that
could
was
I could
so
sing that,
good.
but I would embarrass myself. So Flora, could you?
I could hum it. It's
Are we copyright infringing yet? I'm looking over at our sound engineer. He's saying it's okay. It was so
Okay,
bad that apparently it's not.
it doesn't even remember.
It has to be
original.
recognisable for it to be copyright infringement. So we're all right there. So yeah, at the moment you've got your Netherlands, Iceland, France, and Sweden. You're tipping all four, and your final one's Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. This act will hopefully get to the final. If it does get to the final, it will definitely finish on the right-hand side of the board. It's an act called Conan Osiris.
All I can see in the notes here is massive golden fingernails.
Yep, during the act he's wearing massive golden fingernails and a massive gold chin strap as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
And he sort of stands on the stage singing, flaunting all of his toenails, hand nails.
Fingernails.
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 Where did we get what that was called? Maybe he's got it on his toes as well. I don't know. And then around him, there's someone doing ballet with trainers on. And then at one point, they run up some stairs and then just jump flat on the ground.
How would you describe the song? Power ballad? Or?
I think
No.
it's probably the worst Eurovision song of all time.
Really?
It's-
I mean,
yeah.
that's saying something.
Do you have the lyrics? Do you want to read some out? I've got some.
Oh yeah,
here.
so the song is called Telemovis, which means
Yeah.
mobile phone in Portuguese. Could you read out some of those lyrics, please, Flora?
I broke my cell phone trying to call heaven. If life calls, if life sends a text, if it doesn't stop, if you don't have the guts to pick up, you already know what will happen. I will go down my stairs. I will ruin the mobile phone.
Wow.
The mobile.
Quite aggressive, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels about 20 years too late, you know? Feels like
I'm imagining one of
in
those
the
big
late
blocks.
90s, a song about a mobile phone might have been
Really cool.
a bit cool, a bit
Really
more.
cool.
You probably should have sung about like an app or something these days, or something on the internet.
He is quite a strange guy.
I like it. I like it. It sounds interesting.
My top fact for him is that he worked in the oldest sex shop in Portugal, and according to his official Eurovision profile, he studied life and people at university. So, geography.
Can you do that?
Study of man and his environment, they used to call geography, didn't they? But
We're going to get loads of angry tweets from people who did a
Geography.
degree.
They'd be too busy colouring in.
right, okay, so we've got our 5. We know when it's on. Let's remind our listeners before we get into the main event, which is the quiz, it's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock BBC 4, Thursday night, 8 o'clock BBC 4, and then the big one, Saturday night, 8 o'clock BBC 1 for the grand final, where hopefully all of your 5 picks will make it through, Tom, or else that'd be embarrassing.
That'd be quite embarrassing, yeah.
Really embarrassing.
So if you're
Tom.
listening to this on Friday and Tom's got them all wrong, that would be very funny. Do ring in, right? Do ring in and remind him
Thanks
of that.
again, Tim.
Okay, let's play the quiz. You'll have to keep your own score, as always, in these quizzes, because I can't be bothered.
Okay.
But the questions are a mixture of quick fire and there are a couple of bidding rounds. Which,
Bidding rounds?
I've been watching a lot of daytime TV recently, and I'm sort of angling for a job. Okay, here we go. Question 1.
Don't we need
We need buzzers. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, good reminder of how this works. Tom, what's your buzzer sound like?
Nil point.
Very nice. And Laura.
Ciao.
Ciao. Very good. It's very European feel. I can hear the sound of a brasserie in the background and the chitter chatter. Right. Okay. Let's go. Question 1. This is a buzzer question. In which year was the first Eurovision Song Contest held?
Ciao.
Nil point.
That was Flora in there first.
19. 57.
It's close, but it's not correct.
No, what? I think it's 56.
Correct. Tom gets the point. So do note down a point there, Tom. You got a point. Okay.
And honestly, that was just a guess.
I was going to say 54 until...
Okay, this one, you do need to get all 5 correct. Which countries make up the so-called Big Five?
No!
Flora.
Yes!
Oh.
Who cannot be relegated from the tournament. I'll finish the question.
Oh, okay.
Who are those Big Five, Flora? You need all 5.
Okay. England.
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. France. Germany. Spain. And Italy.
Correct. Very good.
I need to be faster.
Oh, yes.
And for a bonus, Flora, whilst we're here, why are they allowed this privilege?
Because they were the countries who were involved when they were first setting up Eurovision.
No, what?
No, that is not correct, Tom.
They provide the biggest financial contribution to the European Broadcasting Union.
That is correct, Tom. So you get a point each there. 1 for the 5 and 1 for the bonus to Tom. Okay, how many times has the United Kingdom won the Eurovision Song Contest?
No, what? 5.
Correct. Okay, this is a bidding round. So I'm going to go to both of you, and you tell me how many you think you can do. So how many of those 5 winners can you name and the song they sang?
And the song.
I'll go to you, Tom, for your bid. It's between
2.
1 and 5. Or
2.
It could be 0.
I'm going to go 2.
It's going to go 2. Flora, are you going to play or pass? Are you going to try and outbid him, or are you going to make him do it?
I'm going to make him do it. That's a nice way of saying that I did.
You're not going to go for 3.
No. Okay, Katrina and the Waves, Shine a Little Light.
No, incorrect. That's not the name of the song.
Oh. I can't remember.
Flora,
I could give you all the acts, maybe.
Okay. All right, let's change the game.
Okay. I just thought I can't do that. So Lulu, Cliff Richard, Katrina and the Waves.
Cliff Richard never won. Famously came 2nd and 3rd.
Should we pass this question? I feel like I'm not doing too well on this.
Okay, Flora, can you name any more winners for a point after Lulu? Any other UK winners?
Scooch.
No, incorrect. All right, I'll run through them with you now. Sandy Shaw, Puppet on a String, 1967. Lulu, correct. Boom Bang a Bang, 1969. She actually tied for the win there. Don't know who with. Brotherhood of Man, Save All Your Kisses for Me. You must know that one. 1976. Bucks Fizz, 1981. Making Your Mind Up, which was still a classic today. And then, of course, as you alluded to, Katrina and the Waves, but it's Love Shine a Light. You said shine a little love or something. And that
I think my version's
1997, and that was the last time that the UK won the tournament. Which country holds the record for the most second places?
No point.
Ciao.
That's Tom.
Norway.
Incorrect.
Sweden.
Incorrect. The answer is the United Kingdom.
Oh.
And there's no points for this, but do you want to have a guess at how many times we've come second? Just as a talking
14.
point. 15. Very amazing amount of second places there. Okay, let's continue. There's another UK question. Who sang the UK entry, Ooh Ah, Just a Little Bit?
I mean, I can sing the song.
You can't for copyright reasons.
If you hum it really badly again, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay.
Flora.
No one?
No.
No.
Gina G. There was a subsidiary question here, which you probably don't know, but what was significant about this?
It was the first UK song that didn't only feature English lyrics.
Nope.
It was the first time we were on the right side of the leaderboard.
No, it was the last time a UK Eurovision song went to number 1 in the UK. It was in 1996.
God, we're doing really badly on here.
That's all right. Right, let's. What was the name of the UK 2018 performer and song?
Oh, the song that gets me. So
if neither of you know the song, I'll go for just performer.
Siri. Nilpois. Siri.
You said it. You should have buzzed first, really.
You should have buzzed.
Nilpois. Siri.
No, you shouldn't get that point.
I have to pass it to Flora.
Siri.
Correct. Them's the rules.
Stupid quiz.
Okay. Which Eurovision country has awarded the most points to the UK in finals history?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Which Eurovision country has awarded the most points to the United Kingdom?
I think it's a trick question. I think we're supposed to say Ireland, but it's actually Sweden.
Incorrect.
Yeah, it's not going to be Ireland. Okay, it is Ireland. Yes,
Have
it
you
is
buzzed?
Ireland. Oh, ciao.
No buzz, no
Ciao.
points.
No, it's fine because this is handing it over. Yes, it is Ireland. In
Oh.
fact, it's not a trick question. It's 253 points have come from Ireland over the years.
So do I get that
And
point?
Yes, you do. Sweden are second with 209 and Germany 171. They're the top 3 point givers to the
3-all.
United Kingdom. Yes, and it's getting serious now. Just a few more to go. The 1988 winner of the contest for Switzerland went on to great things in the industry. What was their name?
We're looking at the sound.
Look at the sound guy. He's just
Does he
shakes.
know?
He's not interested. 1988 winner of the contest for Switzerland went on to grab this really big star.
Yeah, I feel like I should really know this.
Really big star.
Trying to think of a big Swiss star.
They don't
necessarily
have to come
be
from the
Swiss.
country that they represent. Remember, they sang a song called "Ne partez pas sans moi," which translates as "Don't leave without me." It's not any help.
This is
to
a
you.
very embarrassing quiz, to be honest. Here.
They are.
These are tricksy questions.
Okay, if you don't know, the answer is Celine Dion.
Should have known. Should have known.
Okay.
That's Celine Dion
Oh,
there.
bravo, Celine.
Okay, why were Australia allowed into Eurovision for the first time in 2015?
Oh,
What?
ciao.
I think you.
I want to hear that answer. I want to hear that answer.
I think you started making a noise before Tom, but I'm not
I thought that
sure
was
that
part of
it
your
was
answer.
your buzzer. But we'll let you have it, Flora.
It was. I read about this on the BBC. It was to honour Eurovision's commitment to being inclusive and the original goals that it set up in the 50s as to bringing the world together.
But there was a specific event that it was celebrating.
It's the show's anniversary. It was the 60th
Correct.
contest.
Yes, that's
Thank
correct.
you.
Well done. Right, nearly there. Don't worry at home, we're nearly there.
How many more?
Right, which country's won the contest the most times?
Newport.
That's Tom.
Ireland.
Correct. That's 7 times.
Oh.
And
It's
and
for
for a
all.
bonus,
Johnny Logan.
What? Has he read
who's
the
second?
quiz?
Who's second?
Newport.
Oh.
Sweden.
Correct, 6. Yep. Which band won the contest for Sweden in 1974 when the Eurovision Song Contest was hosted in Brighton?
Newport. ABBA?
Correct. And for a bonus point on the buzzer, what did they sing?
Waterloo.
Watch out!
Well, you didn't
Oh,
buzz.
oh.
I said on the buzzer.
Oh.
It was Waterloo.
Correct, Flora. Well done.
Yes.
Tom, you got the answers, but you're not playing by the rules. Are you allowed to mime in Eurovision?
Newport.
Ciao, no.
I think that was Flora. I'm not sure.
You
to be
give it to
honest.
Flora. Give it to Flora.
No.
Correct, you are. You have to sing live. You must have, and you must also have discernible lyrics. No instrumental, complete
you said
instrumentals
mime,
are allowed.
When you said mime, I thought like a French miming. sort
Mime
of act. Yeah, like a mime artist.
So, and I think the answer would be, you couldn't do that if you were the main person because you wouldn't be singing, would you?
No.
What if you
You
were
could
like
have a mime artist behind
ventriloquist
you.
dummy?
But the main act can't be a mime artist because that would not have discernible lyrics. Anyway, let's move on
was a great
before we
demonstration.
all lose the will to live. Couple more to go. Nearly there. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Statistically, which place in the running order is most likely to win based on
No.
previous
Ciao.
winners? That's Flora.
So about halfway
I
through.
mean, this is
I promised myself I
So-
was going to get angry at this.
So 12.
no, and over to Tom.
16th.
Tom gets points. He's the closest. It's 17th. And interestingly, here's a fun fact for you. 2nd and 16th have never won the Eurovision. So you don't want to be drawn in 2nd or 16th because
Interesting.
you're playing the history books there. So let's see where UK get drawn. And finally, what's the name of the UK's only entry to score nil points?
Ciao. Was it Engelbert Humperdinck?
Nope.
No, Nilport. It was Gemini.
Correct.
Do we need to name the songs? I can't name
didn't
it.
ask for the song. Didn't ask for the song. Right, should we tot up our scores? So that's a point there, Tom. How many did you get?
A grand total of 7.
And Flora?
6.
Well, congratulations, Tom.
But I feel like we're both
That
losers
time-
here.
Nobody wins.
No. We all are.
Celine Dion, Jesus.
I think it's the listener. The listener is the real loser at the end of this, having spent their time with us. Eurovision Song Contest, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The time spent in the basement was well spent, Tom. You've won.
Cheers, mate.
And
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And we will see you again after Eurovision for more RadioTimes.com podcast action. Bye.